had a chance to work with your animals today, and I'm wondering how they are for you, whether you're working at home or you are back to working outside of the home. And when you are gone, are you wondering what they're up to? And when you come home, do you find some sort of surprise? So, are your pets suffering some sort of separation anxiety? So, I am Holly Pitus, emotion code body code practitioner, and I love working with both people and pets. So, it doesn't matter what you have, if it's a cat or a dog or a large farm animal or a bird. Today, was talking with somebody that had done work on the emotions of their fish. There are turtles and snakes and hamsters and gophers and all kinds of different little things that you can have as a pet. And so your pets have emotions just like people do. And so, how are you working with your pet's emotions? I have done a lot of work with rescue animals who can't tell us their story. You know, something's up with them, but what is it? And you know what? I am also going to make sure that I've got my thing on so that you can see how to add a comment. And let's see if I can do this here. There we go. So that is how you would add a comment. Let me know where you are joining from. I would love to talk with you and do a demonstration. I'm going to try this another way too and see if this actually works. Let me see. And so that is where you would you'd have to click on that link in order to add a comment. And so I would love to know that you are here working with me. So what is it that you need to work on with your pets? It can be just something like separation anxiety. It's a pretty common term, that your pets are so used to being with you that they don't want you to leave, or they worry about you where you are going or what's happening to you when you're gone. Also, pets have health issues just like people do. And just like people, they can be worried about them. And I don't know if worry is actually the right word for an animal, but they nevertheless will feel some sort of emotions if they're maybe not feeling well. And just like people, if it's kind of their default that if they get upset or have the separation anxiety, they have their same habit or just the way of reacting to whatever it is that's going on with them. So it might be that they start licking a lot, licking their paws or licking the carpeting or diving into the same garbage, things like that. When I first started dating my husband, I had a Dalmatian who I loved, my Dalmatian Ruger. He was a wonderful, wonderful dog. But my husband would come to the door. I'd answer the doorbell, he'd walk in, and Ruger would go immediately to the garbage in the kitchen and just stick his head in the garbage. Sometimes he'd knock it over. He wouldn't actually destroy the garbage. He just had to let me know somehow that he wasn't so crazy about the fact that I was dating somebody. Story has a happy ending, but pets have their habits just like people do. And also, if your pet might be experiencing some sort of illness, so maybe they have to recover, maybe they've been wearing the cone of shame so that they aren't disturbing wherever they may have had a sore or a surgery, or even if they've possibly healed from having an illness, yet there's always that fear of what if this illness is going to come back. So help your pets out. Help them with working with the emotion code. It's just such a simple thing to do. You are able to set up an appointment with me, and you've got my links. It's getfeelingbetter.com. There's a couple of different menu options for you. So if you are working with pets, working with kids, working with your career, your relationships, whatever it is you need to sort of tweak and make a little bit better. And what happens is we use this emotion code chart. You can see it's in a couple of columns and different rows. And so there are emotions that can crop up. So things like, feeling confused or anger, blaming, terror, wishy-washy, if you've got trouble making decisions and you're not sure what you should do, you might just have this negative trapped emotion, or a trapped emotion that has become negative for you, of things like confusion or wishy-washy, feeling unsupported, feeling overwhelmed. All of these things can just sort of grow and fester, and they show up when you least expect them. And it might be things you don't even recognize. So for your own habits, it could be things like biting your nails, or not getting out of bed when the alarm goes off, or waking up repeatedly at 2 o'clock in the morning. All of these things typically have some sort of emotional component. And by using this chart, it's a series of special questions. Once you give me permission, I am able to work as your proxy. And so it's sort of like if I would come to your house and I would want to have access to your Wi-Fi. When you give permission, it's like giving me your password. I'm able to hook into the Wi-Fi through the Wi-Fi or your energy with an energetic connection. Ask some simple yes or no questions, so they're not revealing at all. They just, I would ask if there is something that, for example, in row 3, column A, is there something that's causing this emotion of crying? And it could be an emotion that you might physically be crying very easily, or it could be something that results in a different framework that could be why. For example, you are biting your nails, is that you have this trapped emotion, or it could be why you are not getting out of bed when the alarm rings, or why you can't get your reports done on time. So anything can cause anything, according to Dr. Bradley Nelson, who is the creator of the emotion code and body code systems. Actually, I'm not sure if you can see the book in my background, but that is kind of the start to it all, the textbook of the emotion code and how it works. Going back to, once you give me the okay, I'm able to ask the series of questions that lead to the symptoms that you want to get rid of. Pull it up with a magnet. It's the electromagnetic power that actually releases it from your energy system, and then you find yourself feeling better. And it works for you, it works for your kids who maybe are too young to tell you what's going on, but you just can tell in their behaviors and that there's some sort of emotional component going on. And then also for your pets. So whether your pets are, your little fur babies that you've had forever, or it is a rescue pet or some pet that has come to you older in their life, I'd love to be able to work with you. You can connect with me. Let me see if I can show you this right here. So you would be able to schedule your appointment at getfeelingbetter.com. There's some options of how we can work together face-to-face like this through a Zoom appointment. I can do some email appointments with you, or we could also do it old-fashioned telephone. So I look forward to working with you. Do come back again on Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern time. I would love to do a demo. I'm not seeing any comments from people here tonight, so I am going to close at this point, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. All right, take care. Have a good night.